Everybody, this is Joe on the Okie Woodsman channel. I have big news for you. If you haven't seen this yet, this might be astonishing to you, but Echo just dropped a bombshell in the petrol or fuel chainsaw market. Let me explain. On my Facebook page, Okie Woodsman, I follow all the major manufacturers. Echo Global launched a video yesterday on a saw they're touting as electronic control. Let's go ahead and watch it and let's talk about it.
Electronic control system from Echo provides three main benefits. Start assist. Pump the bulb and pull the starter cord. That's it.
So already, this is a little bit different than the Husqvarna AutoTune setup or the M Tronic setup on the Steels. This is more reminiscent of the 500i.
Idle assist provides faster warm-up and stable idling, especially in cold conditions. Acceleration assist means faster engine acceleration with a standard easy maintenance carburetor.
They've already differentiated and basically said that this is not a fuel injected saw. It's a variation on some sort of M Tronic or AutoTune type saw.
For less hassle and better work efficiency. Echo. With a standard easy maintenance carburetor.
Back up here. The model they're showing on here is a CS 4010 EC. I've reached out on their social media pages asking, is this coming to the United States? Is this going to come across the board on all the saws?
Hassle and better work efficiency. Echo.
All right, so I have some major questions here. First of all, for some of you, it is no secret in the chainsaw world, if you hop on the forums and you read the comment section, that many people have gone to Echo saws for two major reasons. No, three. I'd say namely value, simplicity, and the lack of computer control. I think everyone knew that this was coming. We still don't know to what extent this is coming. Echo could pull something like they've done with their other models. They have other saws available overseas in Europe that are not available here. Why Echo does not bring those saws here, I'm not exactly sure. I don't know if it's just because there's not demand for it. If Echo is going to dive into the world of electronically controlled carbureted saws, such as the Steel M Tronic and the Husqvarna AutoTune, I hope they do it well. And by that, I have a few main requests. This is not a knock on Echo because they have a certain market. They have a market where they're looking for reliability, serviceability, and affordability, I think, here in the United States. It seems as if that is their primary focus. Well, let's talk about how they launched this thing. They called it electronic control. No fancy marketing gimmicks. The logo for the electronic control is kind of reminiscent. It kind of makes it almost looks like it's like battery powered to me. I think from a marketing standpoint, AutoTune and M Tronic are better names. Electronic control almost just reminds me of, vehicles that you'd see in the 80s with a badge plastered fuel injection on it. Or, turbo, right? That doesn't matter. What matters is, the question is how does it work? I have a deep suspicion that this is about emissions, not about ease of use. Everything they showed in that video, they're talking about the ease of use of the saw, which is good. Technology ought to make the saws easier to use. I think the underlying factor here is emissions. If it's emissions, the saw, I think, will likely be running quite hot and very, very efficiently. I think it will probably respond more like a Husqvarna 550 XP or an MS261C. And I think it's because those saws probably run very, very clean. A lot of people say they run pretty lean. On the Echo 620p, my understanding is is that the saw has a lot of potential, but it's detuned. It dumps fuel into the carburetor as a safety mechanism as to not go lean. So if you have someone inexperienced with running a saw because they're running dull chains, they're less likely to burn it up because the saw is running a little fatter than it ought to. Well, I'm not so sure that that is the best for emissions, right? So the question I have is, are these saws going to be competitive with, I would say this doesn't appear to be a 50cc saw, but will it be competitive if they come out with like a 501P or something like that, or a 620 electronic control or whatever? I mean, there's probably some major redesigns coming, and there needs to be, I think. The air filter boxes need to be updated. There's definitely some things that Echo can do, but can they make a saw competitive with Husqvarna and Steel? Let's not confuse potential for performance with out-of-the-box performance. A lot of Echo fans love Echo saws because of the value and what you can get out of them through modification. Myself, I really like how my AutoTune saws operate out of the box. Without a muffler mod, they run very well. So again, the big question is can Echo do it? I think that if they could make a saw in the realm of lightweight, like an MS261, with the power of an MS261, they would do well. The 550 XP and the 545 are those are big targets. They're very, very good running saws. With that, a lot of people would argue that the saws are less reliable. So, can we see the perfect mix of an electronically controlled saw that runs extremely well from Echo, that's fairly lightweight, but also durable? Can Echo make that magic happen? Are they about to become extremely competitive in the higher end pro saw market? And will Echo bring it to the United States? Let me know your thoughts. I know that there's going to be a lot of people with lots of different perspectives and passions on this. Let us know in the comment what you think. Thank you for watching the Okie Woodsman channel. I'll see you on the next one.